let's talk about something that's kinda invisible, but absolutely essential. It's the hidden reason your favorite app works perfectly on your phone, your laptop, and your tablet. And maybe more importantly, why sometimes it just doesn't. You've been there, right? You open a website on your brand new tablet and all the text is jumbled up. Or you try to log into an account, but the login button is literally sitting on top of the password field. It's so frustrating. It's a completely broken experience. So today, we're going to dig into why that happens.
So, what's really going on here? Well, at its core, it's this massive challenge. Developers build one application, but it has to run perfectly in what feels like a million different places. I mean, just think about the scale of that for a second.
Okay, check this out. This is the classic example. You're on your desktop and this login page looks great. Everything's lined up, it works, no problem. But then you pull up the exact same page on your phone and it's a disaster. The login button is completely covering the password field. You literally can't use it. It's the same app, but for that mobile user, it's a total dead end. So how in the world do companies prevent this nightmare from happening? Well, they rely on this really crucial process that's designed to catch these exact kinds of problems before they ever get to you. It's called compatibility testing, and really all it means is making sure an app works the way it's supposed to, no matter what device you're on, what operating system it's running, or which browser you're using. You can think of it as the ultimate quality check that stands between a great app and a whole lot of user frustration. And this whole challenge goes way, way beyond just phones versus computers. To really get this right, software testers have to overcome three pretty big hurdles. First up, you've just got the physical hardware. I mean, think about the variety out there. You have these massive desktop monitors, you've got tablets of all shapes and sizes, and you have these tiny little phone screens. The app has to look good and work correctly on every single one. All right, hurdle number 2 is the software that's actually running the device, the operating system, or the OS. We're talking about Windows on a PC, Mac OS on a Mac, or Android on a Samsung phone. Each one of these has its own little rules and quirks about how software is supposed to act, and that can lead to some major issues. And we're not just talking about looks here. This can affect the core function of an app. So imagine you're taking an important exam online. On a Windows computer, the timer is ticking down perfectly. But on a Mac, that same timer just doesn't start. For every single person using a Mac, the app is completely and utterly useless. This is where compatibility becomes absolutely critical. And the final hurdle, and this one can be the trickiest, especially for websites, is the browser. Chrome, Safari, Firefox. They're all supposed to read the same code, but they can sometimes interpret it in slightly different ways, and those slight differences can cause huge problems. For instance, in a modern browser like Chrome, you're on a shopping site and the Pay Now button is right there where you expect it to be. Easy. But if you open that same site on an older browser, the button might just vanish. It's completely gone. The result? Well, the company loses a sale and the customer gets super frustrated. This is exactly why browser compatibility can literally make or break a business. So, okay, we have all these different devices, operating systems, and browsers. It's a lot to juggle. But there's actually a really simple and powerful way to think about all this. I want you to think of your application as a single key. And every different combination of device, OS, and browser, say an iPhone on Safari or a Windows desktop using Chrome, is a unique lock. That one key has to open every single one of those locks perfectly. If it fails in just one, if the app is broken for even one small group of users, then for them, the whole experience has failed. So, let's put this all together into a simple checklist that pretty much sums up what testers are looking for. This is the basic playbook for making an app that works everywhere. The whole strategy really boils down to systematically checking these 3 areas. Testers will run the app on different operating systems like Windows and Mac OS. Then they'll fire it up in all the major browsers: Chrome, Firefox, Safari, the whole gang. And finally, they test it on the actual physical hardware, desktops, tablets, and phones, to make sure the experience is solid everywhere. And all of that careful, sometimes tedious work, it all points to one simple but incredibly powerful goal: to build one single app that delivers a flawless experience for everyone, everywhere. So the next time you use your favorite app and it just works without a single hiccup, you'll know about the mountain of compatibility testing that made that seamless experience possible. It's the hidden foundation of our digital lives, which, it makes you think. What's the one weirdest or most frustrating software bug you've ever come across?